1019 KACQ.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. This newscast is service of Hoff Power Ford. LPD had it pretty easy yesterday. It stayed quiet throughout the overnight hours when officers started off just past sunrise, clearing a non-injury wreck in the 100 block of East FM 580. Dispatchers sent them out on a reported theft in the 100 block of West 5th, and officers caught up with the 24-year-old Marissa Lane Camp of Lampasas in the 800 block of Stanley, who had a Lampasas County warrant for motion to adjudicate on an assault causing bodily injury and family violence charge. A disturbance was reported in person at the PD, and a report of a suspicious vehicle call came in from the 400 block of West Avenue E. A suspicious person was reported in the 100 block of South Walnut. A 36-year-old Burnett man was taken in from the 600 block of South Walnut on a Lampasas municipal warrant, and officers wrapped up the day having to cool off another disturbance in the 800 block of East FM 580 just before 10 last night. Stick around, more Lampasas local area news is coming up next.
There's nothing like a Ford, and there's no better place to get yourself driving that new Ford like Hoff Power Ford in Lampasas. With many different vehicles to choose from, with the best prices in Central Texas, with the highest quality and friendliest service center that takes care of you and your car for years to come. Don't wait any longer. Check them out at 902 North Key Avenue in Lampasas, or go online to hford.com. See their inventory, value your trade-in, and take advantage of their local pickup and delivery. Or call Spencer McKnight at 512-556-3631. Get yourself driving your new ride today. There's nothing like a Ford.
The Lampasas ISD School Board held their monthly meeting on Monday. Lampasas Radio's Eric Lambert was there and reports a budget amendment was approved with an increase of over $145,000. That will pay for renovations at the middle school, technology improvements, and bus repairs, and will be funded from the general fund balance. New hire Erica Edwards was awarded a probationary teacher contract, and the district will replace 13 copy machines. The lease on the new machines will run over $68,000 per year for a total of 4 years. The board approved the purchase of new Chromebooks and desktop computers for campus locations. Those were already budgeted items and will not require a budget amendment. To get more details on Monday's meeting, pick up a copy of today's radiogram or go to lampasasradio.com. If you still need the COVID vaccine, the city is offering free Moderna vaccines from 9 to 1 on Saturday the 24th. That'll be at the high school cafeteria. It is by appointment only. You can go on the city's main page at lampasas.org to sign up. If you need to make an appointment by phone, call 512-734-3635. The second dose clinic for the vaccine will be on May the 22nd. That too will be at the high school cafeteria. Today is the last day to get your expired driver's license or ID card and vehicle registrations renewed. Law enforcement will start issuing citations tomorrow. The transfer station in Cove will be closed today through next Wednesday for repairs, and there wasn't a lot of juice in the Texas power grid yesterday. TSN's Barbara Schwartz explains.
ERCOT asked customers to conserve power. They said some 25% of plants are offline for maintenance. That was expected, but a cool front had stalled in West Texas, cutting off some solar power. University of Houston energy economic professor Ed Herr says weather isn't predictable, but the state needs to get its act together. He says a few years ago they had a challenge where the reserve capacity was forecast to be quite low.
The chairman of the Public Utility Commission simply stated that she was counting on God to get us through the tight summer of electricity demand and supply. You know, this is no way to run an electric utility.
The state doesn't want to join the Eastern or Western Interconnect. Herr says Texas would be the weak link if they were allowed to. Barbara Schwartz, TSN.
The U.S. is getting help stopping the flow of illegals to the Texas border. Michael Board with the story.
The Biden administration has struck an agreement with Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala to surge security forces to their borders in an effort to reduce the tide of migration north. Texas Border Congressman Tony Gonzalez says this is an important step.
If we can go to Iraq and Afghanistan, we can build roads and create a security force. Why can't we do some of that same stuff in our backyard?
The White House says Mexico will deploy about 10,000 troops to their southern border. Guatemala will set up checkpoints along the migratory route. Gonzalez says this must be paired, though, with policies here that immediately deport illegal immigrants. Michael Board, TSN News.
In sports, Badger baseball fell behind early and couldn't come back in a 2-0 loss to Stephenville last night. Stephenville took the lead on an error in the first inning. The pitching was strong on both sides. Stephenville pitchers struck out 11 while Ace put 8 back on the bench. The boys dust off and move on to the last matchup with Stephenville Friday night, this time on home dirt. Hear that game live at 7 on 101.9 or on lampasasradio.com. And be sure to tune in at 8:15 tomorrow morning for Badger Coach's Show with head coach Chance Evans, right here on 101.9. A walk-off single propelled the Lady Badgers to a decisive and rather dramatic 5-4 win over Brownwood last night. The game was tied at 4 with the girls batting into the bottom with the 7th when Cantu singled on a 2-2 count, scoring a run. Lady Badgers hit the road on Friday to match up with Stephenville. You can hear that game live on KCYL 1450 on the AM side or on lampasasradio.com. For your COVID-19 update, yesterday's active COVID numbers around the region reported from the state shows Bell County dropping a couple dozen cases, now sitting at 294. Coryell County is down a dozen with 87, but keep in mind that Cove was reporting 70 active cases inside the city limits alone earlier this week. Burnett jumped 19 with 120, Mills added 1 up to 4, and Hamilton gained a couple now with 6. Here locally, as of Monday morning, Lampasas County was reporting 12 active cases. That was a 9-case drop since the previous report. The number of fatalities is holding at 30, and the number of total cases was over 2,100. Thank you to our viewers. We'll see you again next time. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news.
101.9 KACQ.